Well, it's back. Breaking the Chase has made its triumphant return for the 2024 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series season. Now before we begin, just a reminder to my returning viewers and some new viewers. This is a series where I take each season of NASCAR with a playoff format and tell the story of the season with no playoffs. Just to remind everyone, there is no stage racing involved in this series. Instead, I use the 2016 points format. Another thing before we get started, please keep in mind that I didn't watch a lot of the truck races this year. I may have watched 6 of them. So if I get something wrong, please don't be an ass in the comments. But to begin, the 2024 truck season was a pretty tame season for the most part. But how would it play out without the playoffs? Will defending series champion Corey Heim be able to defend his title, or will there be someone new to take the crown? Well, let's find out as we break down the 2024 Truck Series season. In the opening 6 races, there were 4 full-time winners. Nick Sanchez won the season opener at Daytona to claim his first career win. Rajah Caruth would also get his first win just 2 races later at Las Vegas. Christian Eckes would win the 4th race of the season at Bristol, and then won just 2 races later at another short track, Martinsville. And the defending BTC champion Corey Heim would win at Circuit of the Americas. After the first 6 races, defending champion Corey Heim seemed to pick up right where he left off. The same blazing consistency allowed him to take a semi-commanding points lead early in the season over second-year driver Rajah Caruth. Over the next 6 races, the contenders would start to emerge. At Texas, Heim had a strong day, finishing the race in second and grew his advantage over new second-place driver Christian Eckes to 26 points. In the next race at Kansas, Heim would follow up his strong day with a win, while Eckes finished third, and the gap was now 32 points. At Darlington, Heim would fire off strong, leading 77 of the first 93 laps, but late in the race, Heim would run into trouble.
Out of here. Oh, bad restart by Grant Enfinger.
And that's great job for Ty Majeski.
That's going to really hurt Corey Heim. Look at the ground he's losing.
Stacked him up a bit like an accordion.
How about Dean Thompson up there side by side?
Oh, no! Around they go.
Big
Corey
spin.
Heim wrecked. We have the big one at Darlington. Caution comes out for the 6th time. Rajah Caruth is in it. Lane Riggs is in it. The 11 of Corey Heim. You see Dean Thompson. So many good trucks.
Heim would get wrecked on a restart and finish the race in 28, while Eckes finished 4th, and Eckes would now only be 9 points behind Heim. At North Wilkesboro, Heim would bounce back with a dominant win, while Eckes finished 6th, growing the gap to 18 points. At Charlotte, Heim finished 2nd on the road and led the most laps on the day, and this would seem to have put him above both Christian Eckes and Nick Sanchez by 28 points. But Heim was later disqualified due to 3 unsecured lug nuts. This would drop Heim to a 36th place finish, and he was now 3rd, 9 points off of new points leader Christian Eckes, while Nick Sanchez claimed 2nd and it was now just 1 point off of Eckes. At Gateway, all 3 of our contenders would finish 1, 2, 3, with Heim winning the race, Eckes finishing 2nd, and Nick Sanchez coming home 3rd. And at the halfway point of the season, we have a huge 3-way fight for the championship. At Nashville, Christian Eckes would be lights out and send a message to the rest of the field, leading all 150 laps and winning the race, with Corey Heim finishing 3rd and Sanchez finishing 13th. Leaving Nashville, Eckes would have a 12-point lead over Corey Heim and a 20-point lead over Nick Sanchez. At Pocono, Heim would fire back with a dominant performance of his own and win, while Eckes finished 3rd and Heim was now only 6 points behind, while Sanchez finished 13th and was now 31 points back. But at IRP, the contenders would collide.
Whole lot going on here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. Big impact for Corey Heim. And the caution is out. 3rd time tonight.
He'll be in a battle here to try to get the free pass.
Yes.
Corey Heim not happy with Christian Eckes.
I think we talked about the left front damage and the fact he felt like it was going to affect him. And I think he's voicing his displeasure with the 19 of Christian Eckes for that damage.
The left front will be up. And I think we found through our videotape what Christian Eckes did to make Corey Heim a little bit heated here. This is off turn 2, squeezes him up high, and watch, late, there's the contact, I think, that probably caused that left front problem. And see if we can get another look at it here, and made Corey Heim think, man, you can't be squeezing me like that. Corey had a little bit of room up to the right, so it just looked like a good racing, tight racing situation by my eyes, but Corey didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Eckes went on to lead the most laps but came up short and finished second, while Corey Heim got the short end of the stick and finished 17th, and Heim was now 23 points behind. Meanwhile, Nick Sanchez had an uneventful day and finished a decent 10th place, but he was now 41 points back from Eckes. At Richmond, Eckes had yet another really good day and finished second, while Heim had another mediocre day, coming home 16th and was now 37 points off of Eckes. Now this would have been a prime opportunity for Nick Sanchez to take over second in the standings, but a mechanical failure would not only derail his race, but his championship hopes.
Uh-oh.
Trouble.
What's wrong with this?
Nick Sanchez.
Something wrong with the left front? Is it down?
See if he can get going before the field comes back around so we can stay on the lead lap.
Amanda, what's going on?
Yeah, he was just telling his team this has been happening all night. He said that the clutch pedal is hard to push. The team told him, hey, the truck is coming behind you. They're going to push you to the box. We'll take a look at it.
In the next race at the Milwaukee Mile, Eckes had yet another elite top 5 day, leading the most laps and finishing third, while Heim finished 7th and was now 43 points off of Eckes. At Bristol, Heim would try his best to mount a late race charge to win the race, but came up short and finished second, while Eckes finished fourth. And with this race, Heim would somewhat stop the bleeding. But with 5 races left, Heim needed nothing short of a miracle in order to take this championship away from rival Christian Eckes. At Kansas, Heim would gain max points, leading the most laps and winning the race, while Eckes finished third, and the gap shrunk to 37 points. At Talladega, Eckes finished 6th, while Heim finished 11th, and the gap was reset back to 43 points. At Homestead, Heim finished the race 4th, while Eckes finished 9th, and the gap was brought back down to 37 points. At this point, Heim needed a true miracle at Martinsville and Phoenix in order to win the title. But on the other hand, Eckes just needed to gain 4 points on Heim at Martinsville in order to clinch the championship a week early. At Martinsville, nothing could go Corey Heim's way, as he was barely a top 5 truck all night, but Christian Eckes absolutely dominated the race and won, while Heim finished 7th. And with this, Christian Eckes would clinch the championship a week early. At Phoenix, with nothing to play for, Eckes would finish the race in 3rd and walk away the 2024 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion. So in 2024, Eckes absolutely dominated. Eckes finished the season with a remarkable 22 top 10s in 23 races and had an unbelievable 5.4 average finish. Now we all thought that Corey Heim's 2023 season was one of the best of all time, but Christian Eckes' 2024 season was something else, and it genuinely sucks to not see him get rewarded for it. Now remember last year when I said Corey Heim was my 2024 championship pick? Well, in literally any other season, I would have been correct. For Corey Heim, this season was lost at 2 races. The DQ at Charlotte after he finished 2nd on the road. With no DQ, he regains 36 points, and then there was IRP, where he and Eckes got into it. If these 2 races just went Heim's way, who knows what could have happened. But to continue on Corey Heim, why the is he not in Xfinity already? I don't know if this is true or not, but the rumor is that he has beef with Ty Gibbs, and that's why he's not in Xfinity already. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, that is the most pettiest bull I've ever seen. But that's enough of that. Let's talk more about the 2024 champion, Christian Eckes. Eckes had a generational season, and with it, he was rewarded with an Xfinity ride at Colleague Racing in the 10 car. Now we know that the majority of the Xfinity Series field are paid drivers, and are there because they bring sponsorship, so it's refreshing to see that Eckes was hired based on his talent. And really, this is a great feel-good story. Eckes was thrown out of KBM after the 2020 season in favor of Chandler Smith, and was relegated to part-time with ThorSport in 2021. But he got a second chance with McAnally Hilgeman Racing, and he made the most of it with 8 wins and a championship in the past 2 seasons. And next year, he is going to the Xfinity Series. Well, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you to my channel members, and I will see you next week for the Xfinity Series.